English shorthand 150 words per minute. Get ready for trial dictation. (15 seconds). (5 seconds). Start. Mr. Speaker, at the outset, I would like to express my great pleasure for having been given the opportunity to speak today. The discussion on the Governor's address gives us an opportunity to review the activities done by the government as well as discuss those which are planned during the course of the year. First and foremost point I wish to make is with regard to the matter of cooperative banks. I believe that state has taken the guidance of the union government in this regard. This has been done with the sole objective of bringing this sector closer to villages. However, I would like to point out that in actual practice, there are some difficulties. In this connection, I would like to touch upon a few of them during the course of this discussion. Despite the fact that many norms have been simplified, I find that there are still certain areas of concern. First of all, the conditions for granting loans vary in different parts of the state. I request the Honorable Finance Minister to give personal attention to this aspect of the matter. On the other hand, I would like to request the government to waive loans of small farmers affected due to recent drought in different parts of the state. I am very glad to note that many new schemes have been announced for the welfare of the poor and needy people. You will remember that recently few slum board buildings collapsed, causing great loss to the occupants. It appears that the buildings were not built properly and have weakened in course of time. On this occasion, I would like to thank the government for providing financial assistance and new allotments to those affected. Honorable Speaker Sir, reference has been made in the Governor's address about industries. English shorthand Highspeed 150 words per minute. Code number of the question paper 1453. Code number of the question paper 1453. Instructions to the candidates. The passage will be dictated at the rate of 150 words per minute. You are requested to take down the passage in shorthand and transcribe it into longhand verbatim. 10 marks are reserved for your shorthand performance. Your handwriting should be legible and the sufficient space should be left between lines. Get ready for main passage. (15 seconds). (5 seconds). Start. Brothers and sisters, it is a matter of great pleasure that the Ministry of Rural Development has marked this year as the year for sustainable development. I am happy to note that on the eve of the completion of 75 years of our independence, we are taking rapid efforts to build a new and powerful India. On this happy occasion, I would like to remind you that we have to achieve certain important goals in this regard within the next few years. It is well known that nearly 70% of our population lives in the rural areas. In the words of Gandhiji, the heart of India lies in its villages. In the light of the above, I have no doubt that if we are to achieve these goals at the national level, we have to take timely action at the Panchayat level. As a matter of fact, the Panchayats have an important role to play in the achievement of these goals, which are classified under 9 heads. I would like to point out that the main aim is to achieve gender equality, better infrastructure and livelihood within the next few years. The first and foremost thing is to make the country free from poverty. At the same time, we have to provide education to all boys and girls and provide safe drinking water and adequate employment opportunities all over the country. In this connection, I am happy to learn that the ministry has conducted national conferences and set up an expert committee to attain these goals at the grassroots level in the next 8 years. As you are aware, there are nearly 80,000 local bodies covering all parts of the country. I would like to point out that they are responsible for providing good governance and social justice to the people. It is a matter of great satisfaction that women account for nearly 50% of the elected members in these panchayats. To ensure development at the village level, we need to have adequate funds. It is therefore necessary that the panchayats have to be given a greater share of the national income. It has to be borne in mind that in the last few years, there has been indeed a significant increase in the allocation of funds. This has been possible largely due to the efforts of the Finance Commission. Side by side, many panchayats have been able to raise their own resources by undertaking new activities. It may not be out of place for me to point out here the administrative reforms have helped us in this regard. We had many parallel schemes run by different departments in the past. It is a matter of great satisfaction that now nearly 20 departments have come together to streamline these schemes. I would like to assure you that this would not only reduce delay but would also help us to curtail expenditure to a great extent. In my opinion, there is still scope for such efforts resulting in better schemes in the years to come. Unless and until we have all-round development of the panchayats, we would not be able to achieve our goals in the long run. I would like to point out that the Grama Sabhas play an important role in this regard. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are aware, the local bodies, especially in the rural areas, enable direct participation of the people in governance. In the light of the above, I would like to request the ministry to take steps to strengthen the Grama Sabhas as soon as possible. I am told that in due course, the participation of the people in local governance is bound to increase. In spite of the fact that there has been some improvement in this regard, it is my opinion that the number of Grama Sabha meetings held each year is very small. It is therefore necessary that the states should pay greater attention in this respect. I am happy to note that the ministry has introduced digital services in local bodies. It has to be borne in mind that on the one hand, technology will reduce delays and avoid unnecessary expenditure. On the other hand, it will ensure transparency and curtail corruption to a great extent. Finally, I would like to conclude by saying that the panchayats are not just centers of implementation but are leaders in governance. With these words, I conclude my speech, thanking you for the opportunity given to me.